Life systems failure.
Okay, so here we have the final seconds of my Phantom uh, just before it hurtles into the ground. Thank God there was not a whole lot of damage done. I mean, the camera and everything's okay. There's the impact. I'm lucky the ribbon didn't tear. Now, I guess my question is, and I don't expect anybody to have a solid answer, but for those that don't remember, after an update, my Phantom hurtled into somebody's roof and sustained a lot of damage. So I sent it to Florida. They repaired it. They said it was the update. They sent it, or the firmware that was screwed up. So they replaced everything, sent it back to me. Um, and this was the first time I flew it since I got it back. So I took it out here to this park, and interestingly enough, now it was a little bit windy, not much, just a little bit of a breeze, but I was so excited to be flying again. I mean, I was gun shy. I didn't want to go too high. Hey, there I am. So I just kind of flew around a little bit, and I thought, you know what, man, it's good to be flying again, but there was something wrong. I noticed that probably is a calibration issue. When I would let it hover, it would start drifting, to the left, and I was a constant wanting to drift to the left. In other words, it wouldn't hover in place. So I'm pretty sure that's a calibration thing. Speaking of calibration, I did calibrate the compass. I always do before every flight. Okay, so I flew this thing around, and then I thought, you see that open field right there? I thought to myself, I'm going to, well, first, before that happened, I kind of just went up a little bit and down, but I was still gun shy. So before the accident, I thought I'll fly to the end of that field over there to the tree line, not too high up, I don't know, 30 feet up, turn around, come back, because it felt so good to be flying, and I wanted to assure myself that everything was working. So what happened was, let me should cut to the end of that. Basically, I flew just about to where the water is. You see the little water in the middle of the field, and I lost complete control again. Now I got to tell you that the Wi-Fi kept coming and going. It was saying not connected to the Phantom. That never happened before this first accident and the repair. So that was a little bit disheartening. Here you can see the geese over there. That's about as high as I went right there. And of course, right when the geese fly away, I was panning down. And I don't, I have the Phantom where you have to use your cell phone and to pan the camera. So I would have liked to have kept the shot on them right about here as they took off. But it's a very slow to respond. You see, as I'm trying to bring it back up again, they're already merging with the scenery in the background. So I missed that shot. Anyways, losing the Wi-Fi, I guess, is my question. Is that something I'm very hesitant to update anything on the computer, but should I at least go recalibrate everything? What do you guys think? Um, I don't know. See, that was okay. That's still me messing around. Hang on. I thought I brought it back to me before I took it for the. Oh, there's a guy jogging. Before I took it for the final flight. Thank God it didn't hit those trees. By the way, I did just get a gimbal protector I ordered off of eBay, and this guy makes them. I think they're aluminum or aluminum alloy. Really, really light. I'm very impressed with it. If you guys are interested, I'll show you a picture of that. But anyways, I'm just trying to delay things here so that you can see the crash is coming up here now. Okay, yeah, so I fly it around over me. I know this is a boring video, but what can I say? I got my dog in the truck. I'm very excited at this point to be flying, and I almost brought it home. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and land it. And then, it was flying so good with the exception of that left-handed drift, which it almost drifted into these trees right here. I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just take it for one more shot. By the way, it was very cold, and I don't know if cold has an effect on these things. That's a dumb question. Pretend like you didn't hear it. But if anybody's noticed that cold weather, I would imagine it drains the batteries faster. But you know, that's just a guess on my part. Um, so I'm flying it. I brought it in. I landed it. Everything was cool. And then I had to go ahead and take it to the end of the field one more time, where you saw in the beginning what happened. So I don't know, man. There's a story behind that other truck way off in the distance. The guy is a total fucking jerk, man. Unbelievable. That guy actually called the police on me, you know, and they came and talked to him. They didn't even talk to me. Probably told him he was an idiot. Okay, so I'm flying around. Ooh, I got an idea. You probably heard the bell ring. I'm just trying to delay this until the accident. We got a couple more bars. So how's the family? What are you guys doing for Christmas? You guys having fun with your Phantoms? Has anybody else updated the software and had accidents? Has anybody had interaction with DJI in terms of repairing things? I had a very good experience with them. They farmed it out to somebody that's an authorized service provider in Florida. If anybody needs that information, I'd be happy to get it to you. Now here's where I made my fatal error. I thought to myself, okay, land it now? Nah, I'm having too much fun. So why don't I just run it to the end and back? And I was going to stay pretty low too, by the way. Now there's a point where I lose control, and it's weird because it turns around and faces me, which, that's weird. I lost Wi-Fi connection, and you know, I'm still kind of new. This was like my 9th flight, and I don't know when the return to home feature was supposed to kick in, but it actually flew itself right into the ground, which I think was a good thing as opposed to hitting the trees. So here we go on my last run, and I had control of this thing. I'll tell you where I lose it. Right about where that line is, where the grass and the water is. I'm flying along, and right about here, I realize I don't have any control of this thing, and it turns around, as you see, which is weird. And then it just comes down into the ground. So, anybody got any ideas on that? Should I hook it up to the computer and calibrate the joysticks? I don't know, man. I'm just afraid to fly this thing. I don't want to, I look at it now as I'm like thousands of dollars flying around up there. I want to get back to where it was when I first bought it, when it was fun and reliable. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care. I'm out.